Hi, Manjesh. My name is Ellen. We'll be doing these essays together. I understand your exam is coming up, so let's get right into this, not waste any time. Um, okay. Few people believe that schools should be more entertaining, whereas critics believe that the main purpose of school is to educate. I partially agree with this view. This essay will discuss both sides. Okay. So, I actually read both your essays and I saw that you did the same kind of structure in your second one. I want you to change this a little bit. Um, First of all, one of the things that I saw in your set is that you're using the wrong punctuation after commas. So a lot of times you've got this comma and then you use a capital letter. That's wrong. So I want you to fix that, number one. Number two, I don't think you mean few people because few means almost none. So a better choice here would be some. Unfortunately, that's also what the task says. Some people believe, some people think. Okay, it's too similar. So my suggestion to you would be to change this. Maybe when this kind of thing happens, you might want to use something like passive voice. So let me show you what I mean. It is widely believed that schools should be more entertaining, whereas critics of this view believe the main purpose of school is to educate. Okay? Better way of saying it. Now, I'm not a big fan of this sentence for a couple of reasons. Number one, the previous sentence didn't have one view, it had two views. So when you say you partially agree with this view, I don't know which view you're talking about. It's very unclear. And then you can't use a comma like this. You basically have two separate sentences, but you've combined them with a comma, and that doesn't work. You have to do a lot more than that to combine two basically separate sentences. So, how about you do this? I partially agree with both views, and this essay will discuss arguments and reasons for my opinion. That would have made a lot more sense to me. Okay, so let's keep going and look at your body paragraphs. Careful with your typing. On the one hand, people, again, few, I'm assuming you mean some. On the one hand, some people say that school should be more entertaining. Due to this, students could remember the information taught by teachers in a better way. All right, you have some wrong word choices here. So here, instead of due to this, you mean because. Just that simple. School should be more entertaining because students could remember the information taught, spelled totally different, by teachers in a better way. For example, recent reports from Cambridge University have shown that the schools which are more entertaining, all right, here you've got a grammatical problem. Here you essentially have to rephrase the sentence because grammatically this doesn't work. So let's try it again. For example, recent reports from Cambridge University have shown that students from schools that provide entertainment perform 60% better in exams than, with an A, students from traditional schools. Okay, it's a better term than normal. I don't know what you mean by a normal school student. Moreover, many students are committing suicide, okay, spelling here, because of the pressure from schools and parents to perform well on exams. Now, so feels really conversational here. So let's change to something like thus or therefore. Even consequently would work, okay? So consequently, if the school gets more, not gets, becomes, it sounds better, a little more academic. So consequently, if school becomes more entertaining, students apostrophe suicide rates might significantly decrease. Okay? Then this is because, no comma, entertainment like sports in schools may help children to overcome the pressure from school and parents. Therefore, some people want school to be more entertaining so that students could perform better in exams. And here you've got a problem with your grammar again. So that students could perform better in exams and potentially, how don't know how to fix this. You need a parallel structure, but the way you phrased this, it doesn't allow that. So, therefore, some people want school to be more entertaining. Why don't we do this? Because of better performance in exams and reduced suicide rates. Okay, that's a great way to do it. This way, the structure is parallel. It's fine. Okay, so that's fine. We fixed the grammar. I'm not entirely convinced of your idea about sports because sports are typically considered entertaining when you're watching them, but not necessarily when you're playing them. Some people feel very competitive, some people get upset. So I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, you could convince me if you kind of argued it. You could say that sports are entertaining. Um, but I think you maybe just needed to phrase it a little different. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. On the other hand, critics believe that school's main purpose, okay, so no the apostrophe s here, is to educate students because of the growing competition of the job market. All right. Why don't we get rid of this? Many graduates are unemployed, so critics want school to be more focused on educating the students so that in the long run, these students could perform better in this competitive world. In addition, if schools mainly focus on educating children, students may learn to handle pressure at a young age. As a result, these students may become strong adults. Okay, you can see I've made some changes. Thus, others believe if schools mainly focus on educating children, students could become more competitive and learn to handle pressure at a young age. Okay, I understand what you're doing, but a lot of this is repetitive. Look, learn to handle pressure at a young age, learn to handle pressure at a young age. Okay, I really want you to be careful about this. It was a really short paragraph, and I felt like well, we do recommend this in the template. I still want you to use more novel language, some different vocabulary, because it felt rather repetitive. To conclude, from the arguments and examples given, I partially agree with this view because you just argued two views, so I don't know which view you're talking about. In future, it is predicted that schools in developed and developing countries will give equal importance to both entertainment and education. All right, so you should have a pretty good idea about what the strengths and weaknesses of this essay are. There were some good elements, but there's a lot in terms of grammar, in terms of punctuation, that I think needs some work. Okay, so let's go into this about better skills and creativity. By spending time on activities that could be enjoyed with a child, will gain greater skills and more creativity compared to reading. Okay, that needs to be rephrased. It doesn't make sense, so we have to fix it. Why don't we do something else? Spending time on activities will provide children greater skills and more creativity than reading can. Okay, that's a better way of doing it. And then I already told you that I disagree with this statement. I'd like you to be more clear, more precise about what you mean. What exactly is the view you are supporting? Because this is not clear. And also, like I said, I didn't like this. You can't just do the sentence like this. Okay. On the one hand, playing cricket with children could help a child to develop greater skills. No comma here. This is because sports might help children to learn skills like how to work in a team and also improve the running speed or the speed of running. All right, fine. All right, so is that a skill to be a faster runner? All right, presumably so. Moreover, by playing chess, comma, a child could develop mathematical skills. For example, For instance, recent reports from Delhi University, capital U, have shown that the children, no S, who play chess regularly perform 45% better in maths exams than, with an A, the other students who do not play chess. Therefore, it is clear that enjoyable activities like sports, as such as sports like cricket and chess, will develop better skills. Okay, fine. On the other hand, get rid of by. Doing tasks like reading, well, no, how about this? On the other hand, reading with children could help them to become a fast reader. You've used in the long run again many times. How about in the long term? But it's not in it's in the long term. Due to the fast reading skills when they grow up, these children may perform well in their university exams. We have to really rephrase this sentence because it's just not natural sounding. Why don't we do it a little differently? You said that they can become a fast reader in the long term. What you could say instead is these reading skills may allow them to perform better as adults in their university exams. So, using something like that, using these reading skills, it creates cohesion here, and that's important. In addition, not by, reading with children might help them to improve creative thinking. As a result, they could choose film directors as their career and earn well. I don't understand this example. For example, Indian film director Rajamouli in his childhood used to read with his mother, and this helped him to think creatively, and now he is the highest earning Indian movie director. Thus, it is clear that reading could help children not only to develop skills like fast reading, but also might help to develop creativity skills. All right, I didn't love your example. I really felt like it was a stretch. So because I read, I might become a movie director. I don't understand the logic of that. There are a lot of things you could have said. You could have said that children who read or who were read to have been found to select 50% more careers in creative fields. And then you could give some examples: movie director, maybe artistic director, graphic designer, something like that. So that's just an example. It feels like a little bit more of like a natural kind of link rather than this. It just felt like kind of like a tenuous idea here. To conclude from the arguments and examples given, I partially agree with this view. That's not clear. What is this view? You've just spent 2 paragraphs talking about both views, so what you're referring to is not clear. In the future, it is predicted that both enjoyable activities like sports and reading might be given equal importance. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Manjesh, you should have a good idea about what the strengths and weaknesses of this essay are, of both essays. I would focus on punctuation. I would focus on grammar. Those are the 2 things that I want you to do. Correct these essays, please. Return them to us with your corrected essays. Don't forget to send a new set and also an error correction list. So let's meet back here with that. Okay, good luck to you.